Hello, everyone. I am Rafael Soares, and today I'm going to be introducing you to the Construction Spec Review Assistant project. So what the problem that this project is trying to solve? So during the design phase of a construction project, architects spend a lot of time doing a very demanding task, which is reviewing complex technical documents, which is specifications, which follows a standard very known in the industry, in the construction industry, which is known as CSI Master Standard. And it basically defines what are the requirements for a specific kind of product to be used on that construction phase. Let's say that a building needs to install four elevators, hydraulic elevators. So this document specifies everything that is needed to install these elevators. The submittal is a document prepared by subcontractors and product data, product brochures, and shop drawings. As you know, architects design a very specific kind of drawings, and they are very complex. So the architect spends days, even weeks, comparing those documents before the construction phase really starts. Actually, this analysis is the final chance that architects and engineers have to verify if everything is compliant with the specification before the construction company starts spending money and starts the construction. So my goal is to streamline this review process, which is spent during the review phase. So just to give an overview how this flow works. So the architecture company, right after the design phase, produces those documents that are sent over to the construction company. The construction company relies on a pool of subcontractors. Those are the people that actually perform the job. So the subcontractor to be selected by the construction company needs to produce the submittal doc, which describes the product that they want to use on that construction. And the construction company needs to gather those submittals and send back to the architecture company, which will choose an architect to review carefully this project. So during this review is the chance that the architect has to spot on all the things that are uncompliant, all the things that needs to be fixed before the construction phase starts. So that's the phase that our project is trying to streamline here. We are going to leverage AI models to perform this comparison as much as possible and streamline this process. So the solution for this is the construction spec assistant, which is AI aid review, which relies on an agentic workflow that performs a lot of steps. Factor extraction, a comparison with the submittal documents that at the end will generate a report for the architect to have a chance to review in a more streamlined way. Let me show you an example of these documents before I move on to the demo. So this is a specification document. As you can see here, there are a lot of technical jargons here, a lot of codes, a lot of requirements. For instance, this is a specification for the hydraulic elevator. And as you can see here, one of the requirements is these elevators needs to comply with a standard name ASME A17 and a lot of other requirements, right? The product data that is produced by the subcontractor has all the specifications about this elevator, a lot of drawings, a lot of information buried here. So the idea is to use LLM to go through these documents and perform the comparison to help the architects doing this. Architects open these documents in many screens and spend hours sitting in front of the screen going through this manual process. Let me go back here. And let me perform the demo. Let me show the application for you. So the UI that I produce is pretty simple. The idea is that the architect comes here, upload the first part of the comparison, which is the specification. So the specification is the source of truth, is our ground truth. The idea is to, let me upload here in the specification. And when I upload, a multi-step workflow happens here. First, I parse the document in a textual representation, and then I extract factual data that the LLM tries to catch everything that is requirement on those documents and structure in a factual JSON format. The other part of the comparison is the submittal, the document produced by the subcontractors. Let me upload here the document. This is the submittal for the hydraulic elevator. And I'm gonna send it over and it's processed. When I have these two documents, I'm ready to start the comparison. When I hit compare, the workflow, the agent will go and look through all the factual data extracted from the specification and will go over and start comparing with the submittal data and try to catch everything that is consistent, is not consistent, or is unclear. At the end, I'm going to show to the architect a list of these comparison results. So the architect which will be the human judge, will give the final decision if everything is okay or not. The goal is not to replace by any means the architect, but is to keep the architect in the loop and be the final judge. The idea is to streamline this process, which is very demanding and takes a lot of time. I'm not going to wait in this demo today for this to finish, but I have one already loaded here. So by the end, we are going to see the results, which is like this. So this is the comparison results. For that specification, I extracted 156 facts. 33 was judged consistent by the AI LLM, 4 inconsistent, and 119 unclear. So the architect has the chance to go here and see the verdict given by the LLM, and it can disregard, confirm, or add some note. So for instance, let's see over here. For the consistent, do you remember that requirement that I showed you guys? That hydraulic needs to be compliant with this standard. So the LLM was able to judge this as consistent because the submittal has that information, which confirms that the elevator that the subcontractor is trying to offer actually complies. And I can show the evidence, which page of that document those information was found. And I can also show, for instance, sometimes the document doesn't have all the information that I need to the LLM to give a final result. So the LLM has the chance to use a web search to go to the manufacturer website, gather some PDFs and some information to ground his decision, and we reflect on this and make a final decision. So in this case here, to judge consistency, the agent was able to go to the manufacturer website, gather more information, and give a decision. So at the end, the architect has the ability to judge everything and generate a report that will be sent out to the constructor company. And it can say, and can define it as a reviewed as noted, or rejected, add a comment, and save the report. So let me go back to my presentation over here.
1 minute remaining.
All right. So this is the workflow, right? We're using LLM, retrieval documents, and web tool. What is next? So to enhance this project, this prototype, I intend to add box grounding in the PDF so I can see the evidence more clearly. I can add support for drawings. Nowadays, I'm supporting just textual documents. It's good to have the ability to fine-tune an extraction prompt, fine-tune an open-based model using construction documents, and integrate with very known software in the construction industry, which is Autodesk, Procore, and Bluebeam. Yes, that's it. Questions? Hello, everyone. I am Rafael Soares, and today I'm going to be introducing you to